Good evening. This is CTV News for February 4th. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Well, Northview Elementary students returned to school today without two of their classmates. Sadly, they were killed in a car crash on Route 301 and Pointer Ridge Drive, along with three others on Saturday morning. Keisha Butts has the details.
Paris and London Dixon, two of the 5 kids that died in Saturday's car crash, went to school here at Northview Elementary School. London was in 3rd grade and Paris was in kindergarten. Today, grief counselors are speaking to students and teachers, and they're offering support.
Students are holding up pretty well. We spent a lot of time in different classrooms, especially the kindergarten and 3rd grade classroom. And we had a team of school psychologists and school counselors out here to support the students, the faculty, and any parents that come up that need support or consultation. Teachers are taking it tough, as would be expected. They're trying to stay strong, but we have support for them as well. We have counselors and psychologists to support them too. We start off early in the morning. We notify the students about what happened. We give them the facts, not the details, but the facts. And then we really move into remembering the people that we lost, some special things that maybe we lost about them. Talk about how we can support each other. We tried to incorporate some talking, a lot of listening. We did an art activities. Students made cards or drew pictures, and we even sang songs.
Students are also going home with a letter. It explains what happened and how parents can help their kids cope. For CTV News in Bowie, I'm Keisha Butts.
Thank you, Keisha. Maryland State Police are investigating the car crash that killed the 5 children on Route 301. Authorities say 2 adults and their 5 children were traveling northbound Saturday when their car swerved off the road, hitting several trees. The 2 adults were seriously injured and transported to a local hospital. Tragically, like we said, the kids were ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. The victims are 8-year-old London Dixon, 5-year-old Paris Dixon, 6-year-old Raquel Ricks, 14-year-old Zion Beard, and 15-year-old Damari Harold.
It upset me. As soon as I heard it, I started crying. I just prayed. Their guardian angels looking out for them.
I feel very sad about that. I didn't hear about it. This is my first time, but I'm very sad about hearing that. That's terrible. 301, even the height, like on 95, I don't like none of them, to be honest with you. Okay. But 301 is really a busy street.
Police say the kids were not wearing seatbelts.
Meantime, a fast-moving fire tears through a Beltsville house this morning, displacing one family. This was the scene in the 4200 block of Ulster Road. Investigators say no one was home when the blaze erupted in the basement of the house. Firefighters got the call at about 11:15 this morning. As you can see, the house was gutted. No one was injured. The cause remains under investigation.
In politics, as he faces mounting pressure to resign, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam met with his administration. Northam has been under fire since racist images were found in his yearbook from his time at medical school. Initially, he apologized for the pictures, which showed a man dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member and another in blackface. Then he changed his story, denying any involvement with the people in the photo during a press conference. Bowie State University history professor David Reed weighed in on the controversy.
I'm not sure if he was one of the gentlemen in the photo. I think he's backtracked now and said that it was on his page, but he wasn't the person in the Klan costume or the black face, but it's still on your page. And I think he should be held responsible for that. I don't know about losing his job and all that. I think Virginians will determine that. But I do think that, when people are exposed like that, we should definitely look at his voting record and look at his legislation and look at his behavior since 1984 to see what kind of public servant he really is.
He also spoke to Reed about the history of blackface. It was a theatrical performance started by a white actor to mimic and make fun of blacks. Blackface was very popular between the 1930s and 1950s. Reed explained how it became part of the public consciousness and subsequently created negative stereotypes of black culture.
And they put on what was called blackface minstrel shows, which essentially is he was an African-American imitator of the slave population, and they would dress in raggedy clothes and speak in dialect and walk in an exaggerated way and eat watermelon. Some of these things that later on will become stereotypes about Black Americans, how we talk, how we move, the black paint on the face, the big lips, the big feet, and also this sense of the slave being like this dim-witted kind of ignorant kind of caricature of a human being. And unfortunately, it got popular in the 1830s and 40s. And
Despite the controversy, Reed said that this can be used as a teachable moment for parents, civil rights organizations, and others to talk about and highlight the accomplishments that African Americans have made to society.
Well, in national news, all eyes will be on the Commander-in-Chief as he gears up to deliver his State of the Union address this Tuesday. His remarks come just 10 days after he temporarily ended the government shutdown, sending more than 800,000 federal employees back to work. Following his address, the Democratic response will be delivered by former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. Trump's speech is scheduled for 9 p.m. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas. We'll have more news after the break, so stick around.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I bring the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
You're late again. Everything all right?
It's the same thing, different day.
Have you had a chance to check out that website yet?
Mental health challenges don't go away on their own. You are not alone. Other veterans have overcome similar obstacles. Find stories of hope and recovery today at maketheconnection.net.
Hi, I'm Ben Utek. I played high school, college, and pro football, helping my team win the 2006 championship. That was an amazing day, but it can't compare to the joy I feel every day with my loving wife and 3 beautiful daughters. My football career ended after I suffered my 5th concussion. Did you know that over 1 million athletes suffer a concussion each year? That includes boys and girls, every age, every type and level of sport. It isn't always clear that a player has had a concussion, so parents, athletes, and coaches need to learn about concussion signs and symptoms. The American Academy of Neurology recommends athletes thought to have a concussion be immediately removed from play and not returned until assessed by a healthcare professional trained in concussion. This isn't just about sports. It's about your brain. When in doubt, sit it out. Learn more at aan.com/concussion. A message from the American Academy of Neurology.
Thank you for staying with us this evening. A Maryland state senator has filed a bill that would honor the victims of the Capitol Gazette shooting. Sarah Elfrett represents Anne Arundel County. The measure, co-sponsored by all 47 state senators, would name June 28th Freedom of the Press Day. It would memorialize the 5 people who were gunned down last year at the Gazette headquarters in Annapolis and also honor all Maryland journalists. Elfrett says a member of the House of Delegates is working on a companion measure.
Well, there are plenty of quality, career, and technology-oriented programs in Prince George's schools, but according to one local lawmaker, not enough students are accessing them. Senator Jim Rosapap is drafting a variety of bills that would expand educational opportunities in IT, healthcare, skilled trades, and more, so that students who don't need or can't afford college have an alternative.
In Prince George County, less than 11% of our kids graduate having completed a career program. Statewide, it's 23%. So I've got some legislation to try to move that number up so more kids will be better prepared for the workforce.
And how would they go about doing it?
Basically, by taking courses in high school that show you how to be an electrician, that show you how to be a coder for IT, that show you how to be a certified nursing assistant. It's preparing, and we have these courses, and we have some kids taking them, but not enough kids have that opportunity. So legislation I'm sponsoring would expand that in Prince George's and statewide.
And part of the package also includes state matching funds to expand job matching programs so that those looking for work can connect with employers who have jobs to fill.
A University of Maryland hospital employee was shot in Baltimore this morning. The male suspect has been arrested, and the victim has been hospitalized with critical wounds. According to officials, the victim knew the shooter. So far, no details have been released about the motive in this case.
And we now know the name of the man found shot dead in a car in Oxon Hill on Friday. He's 23-year-old Nayel Shabex, and just responding to a call about an unresponsive person, police found him in the 5000 block of Deal Drive. Shabex, shown in this picture, was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Detectives will be canvassing the incident scene this evening. They're asking anyone with information about the shooting to contact Crime Solvers. That number is 1-866-411-TIPS. A $25,000 reward is being offered for clues that lead to an arrest and indictment in the case.